Welcome to Takeoff Time, the very first episode. I'm Jake.
I'm Eric.
I'm Ty.
That stands for...
Jet.
We don't know how to start this.
I know.
So,
bear with us. We'll get better as the episodes go on. So, should we introduce the podcast and what we're going to be doing?
Yes.
Hopefully, what we're going to be doing.
What we're going to try to do.
Fizzle out in the next week.
No.
All right. Since for the first few weeks, everyone will know us, but regardless, we're going to introduce ourselves to our 2 or 3 viewers.
Who are all sitting at this table.
Yeah, the 3 viewers are right here. Go through our running backgrounds, and then our goals for this group, and talk about the regular segments that will be appearing on the podcast. Jake, do you want to introduce yourself first?
I can do that. My name is Jake, and then I talk about my running background. I started running freshman year of high school. I did track, and then I quit so that I could join a sinful pride of youths who were destroying their bodies, and I thought that would be more fun than taking care of mine. Came back out for track sophomore year and ran continuously for the next 6 years all through college. And then I stopped running, and here we are. So.
And now we're getting Jake back into shape for a half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So we're bullying him into shape.
Yes.
Ty, you want to go next? You're the second oldest.
Sure. I started running in 8th grade, cross country. Did not do track in 8th grade, but then really got into it in high school. Ran all throughout high school, and then ran in college as well. I also got out of it after college, and I'm trying to work myself back into it now. And what better way to do that than to train for a half marathon?
Yeah, I mean, that's the default distance.
Yeah, force me to do so.
Why do full of anything when we can do half?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm Eric. My running background, I started running cross country in 5th grade. Did it all through middle school, track in 7th and 8th grade. In high school, I ran all 4 years, and then I ran 4 more years in college. Actually, it was technically 3 years I ran in college. Then I got out of running, put on 25 pounds, started lifting a ton.
I saw it happen.
Yeah, he's a witness. And then decided that, not to offend anyone, but lifting weights was not hard enough. So we're back into running, hopefully going to run a fast half marathon in May. And yeah, that's all I know. All right, Jake, goals for this club or for yourself as part of this club.
I've been given about 30 seconds to prepare goals.
Yes,
for
that's
this
part of this.
club.
Yeah, quick thinking. That's the motto of Jet Running Club.
We're very good at that here. But as far as goals go, I just want us to be consistent as a trio because I think all of us share similar enough interests that even if we don't pursue solely running, even this podcast will be enough to keep us going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So just consistency is my personal goal for us as a group.
I love that. I was going to say roughly the same thing. I think for myself, part of the reason I love running with you guys just because you guys are my good friends, but also because it's keeping me consistent with everything that I do. I also think a fun goal for the future would be to try to expand a little bit. We have a lot of friends who love running and a lot of friends who run, and it'd be fun to just have an occasional Saturday or Sunday morning run with others as well if we get a big group out there. So I think it'd be cool to see that happen in the future.
Yeah, I think this is the running club of non-professional athletes for those who are also extremely amateur.
Yeah.
And we're not like one of those intense CrossFit run clubs. So it's going to be super casual. And I think that's an untapped market. My goal, I mentioned this right before we started taping, but one day maybe there will be someone that I do not know yet wearing a Jet t-shirt. That would be cool. Do we have Jet t-shirts? No, we don't. Maybe one day someone I don't know will be wearing one though.
Without us ever making merch at all.
Well, one day, maybe we'll be popular enough someone makes merch for us.
Maybe we should have checked that there isn't already a Jet.
I looked it up and I didn't find anything initially. Maybe one of the 2 viewers can prove me wrong.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a civil suit on our hands.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
The quickest podcast in the industry of all time.
Yeah. Side goal or lofty goal, to get Mock in the Mascot Hall of Fame one day.
That is
It's a goal of acceptance.
It's
really.
fairly lofty.
Yeah. All right, now we'll go through the regular segments that we'll be seeing on the pod. First one, we're going to start off going over our week of training, kind of what we did this week, and then go through one bad and one good from the week. We'll get into the week of the running world. I'll bring up some topics. Maybe in the future weeks, they'll bring up some topics too. Some things that went on, talk about them. From there, we'll get into the opinions, which are not necessarily running related. We'll go into everyone has a hot take, a performance of the week, and a song of the week. And all three of those could be running related. All three of those could be completely apart from running too. The fourth segment will be the random question of the week. We have some running, some non-running questions, and we'll kind of alternate. And then we'll have we have 4 monthly segments that we'll go through. So we've got, let's see here. We have got the financial tip of the month, which will be today. Actually, we'll be going over the financial tip of the month. We're going to be doing a food review every month. Maybe we'll do podcast segments in a restaurant.
It's a possibility.
That would actually be incredible.
I think we already know what the first restaurant will be. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
There's one option, but we're going to leave it for the audience to find out later. But some homemade food probably as well. And then we also we're going to do a movie review every month. Maybe we'll go in theaters, see it. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll see some classics. And then finally, my wife Bella will be hopping on the pod once a month for a Bella take. Again,
Let's go, Bella.
Could be running related, might not be. Yeah. Thank you for that round of applause.
You're welcome.
She's very appreciative.
Yeah,
need that
I can
noise
tell.
maker.
She really likes it.
Yeah. We need to get the button for the clapping, and then we'll get a laugh track.
That'll be our job for next week.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll get a microphone one day too.
That seems like too much work.
Potentially. Then people would hear us speak better. That might not be a good thing. Okay. Starting off with week of training. All right, Ty, we'll just start with you on this one. Give us an overview, one bad, one good from this week.
Well, my week of training consisted of 8.3 miles of running total
Nice.
and 2 strength training days. Not what I wanted, but it went well overall. Positive would be I'm back in on strength training. I haven't done any lifting, any real like scheduled, consistent lifting in years. And as much as it made me incredibly sore this week, I really liked getting back in the weight room. My chest did hurt for like 4 days after we benched.
Good.
But I'm eager to get back to that. So that was good.
Nice.
Love doing that. My negative is my right calf is like destroyed right now. So it feels better than it did last week. My run yesterday was okay. It feels okay today. We'll see how it goes next week. But I definitely need that to heal up, and I'm not doing a good job about exercising or stretching it at all.
And he's a PT,
yeah,
so
I'm
that
just,
tells
like,
you a lot.
Sitting there doing nothing when I should be doing lots of things. So my negative is that I need to be better at that, and my calf needs to heal.
Yeah. All right, Jake, overview, one bad, one good.
How many miles did I run this week? I forgot.
Let's see. It was, I believe, 17 point something.
I think it was 17 point something as well. Big week for me. Biggest week in recent memory. It was fine, except for the run that I did on Friday with the high schoolers, who totally kicked my butt.
Yep.
It was,
Maybe they'll be watching it.
Maybe they will be watching it, and
So just know you kicked his butt
if
on
I didn't
Friday.
seem like I was in pain, I was in the most pain I've been in since I raced last. So, and we averaged over 7 minutes, so it was excellent. That wasn't the bad though. I think that was the good, is that I survived that particular run. The bad is that the inside of my left arch hurts, but who cares?
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be cold enough this week. It's like icing it while you're running it.
Exactly.
So we'll be good. This week I ran 23 miles, I think.
Dang.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I ran 4 days in a row, which I have not done in a while. I kind of ran over last spring I was pretty consistent with the high schoolers. Over the summer I was over the fall it was another and so now I'm hoping to, since college I have not been able to get the consistency to stick. So maybe this will be the time that happens. 4 days a week or 4 days in a row, that's a good start. So we'll get there eventually. One bad, let's see. I did not have a single run over 5 miles. So
That is a problem in your half marathon.
yeah, so we're gonna have to run more than 3 times farther than I've run yet. Do I think I could run a half marathon tomorrow? Yes. Do I think I might get rhabdo from it? Probably. No. So gotta get the distance up. Maybe that'll be this week. So yeah. All right. Next, this week in the week of running, there wasn't a ton going on. Mainly high school and middle school. Okay. I think this was at the same meet. Quincy Wilson, 60-second 500. That's a 48-second 400 if you run another 12-second 100.
That's quick.
Yeah.
Fast.
He's got some legs.
I've never run a 12-second 100 in my life. So
I never will run that.
yeah. Jake's definitely run a 12-second 100. So he's the only one in the group who knows how fast it is.
You
I
remember.
guarantee at some point you had to. I guarantee it. And then I believe, so that was the U.S. number 2 all time. Do I know if it's high school or overall? No, I don't. I think it's overall,
Do
though.
you know who the first is?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
good.
don't. I didn't do a ton of research.
I love
So
Good.
That's how it
Yeah.
should be.
yeah, we're leaving some mysteries, not giving you all the info.
Viewers can write in with the actual information.
I hope they do.
I would appreciate that.
I
a
hope
lot.
they do. And then at I believe it was the same meet. It was the same. It looked like the same track. Sophie Rambo, in the girls' side, U.S. high school record, I believe, in the 500, 70 seconds. I could not run a 70-second 500 at any point in my life. So again, very impressive. And
Not even close.
Why are people running 500s?
yeah, that's
That's
another
an outstanding
question.
question.
This
Yeah.
is a good conversation topic. 500 is what is the best track to run a 500 on? Is it like a 200-meter indoor track, a 300-meter indoor track, a 400-meter outdoor track? What do you run a 500
I would
on?
want to do it on a 200-meter track.
Yeah, so 2.5 laps.
I think that mentally makes the most sense.
Okay.
Has anybody here ever run on a 300-meter track?
No, I haven't.
I have. I would run on a 300-meter track.
I'm not sure I even knew those existed till right now.
They shouldn't.
Right.
It's like a D2 thing because
Okay.
they're weird with everything.
You heard it here first. 300-meter indoor tracks are out. 200-meter indoor tracks are in.
That's
They're here
actually
to stay.
going to be my hot take is that 300-meter tracks are no good.
All right. Spoiling it for the viewers.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. And then another thing, 13-year-old world record in the 600.
13-year-old ran a world record?
13-year-old, like a world record for 13-year-olds in the 600.
Okay.
This kid, insane. I watched the finishing video, and let me tell you, he might be the strongest, toughest looking 13-year-old I've ever. Like at 13, I did not look anything like this kid. So it's actually within a second of our high school's record overall.
What's a high school record?
Like the Muskego High School record.
Well, yeah, but like what is our high school
Oh,
record?
123. He ran 123.98 in the
Ugh.
600 as a 13-year-old.
It's cooking.
Break
I
that
didn't know
down
we
for
had
me.
a
What are-
600 record.
Yeah, I mean, that's
What is that per
it's
200?
about 84 seconds total. Divide by 3. Let's see, what is that? 28? Yeah, 28. So 28 seconds, 200. 56 for 4. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's too fast.
That's disgusting. And then, I want to hear you guys' take on the enhanced games. Have you guys heard of the enhanced games?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so the enhanced games is like they're trying to make it like the Olympics, but steroids are legal.
Oh,
You can
yes,
do
I
whatever
have.
you want.
Yes, you told me about this.
Yeah. So Marvin Bracy Williams, well-known sprinter in the U.S. sprinting community, has signed on to the enhanced games.
Okay.
What do you guys think of the enhanced games? Good for the sport, bad for the sport? Stealing that from Coffee Club.
Coffee Club. That's with
Morgan and
Okay.
Ollie and
Yeah.
yeah. They kind of coined the good for the sport, bad for the sport thing. What do you guys think? Is it good or bad?
I think it's good for entertainment value in general. Like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? And
Mhm.
I feel the same way about, like, would baseball be awesome if everybody took steroids and hit home runs?
Yes.
Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire era was great.
Yeah, I like that it's
Not bad.
regulated and
It's all-
nobody does it, but if you can do the alternative and have both, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm in on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm for it as well. It
Yeah.
draws a lot of attention for the sport. For a sport that hasn't really had a lot of attention up until recently.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing.
I'll play devil's advocate, and there's a reason why I don't think it's great, and that's because I don't think they can get enough good athletes to do it.
That is a good point.
I don't know if there'll
Yeah.
be enough money to draw enough athletes to make it truly viable.
Well,
I mean, we all saw what happened with Grand Slam track. They paid like half of what they were.
They ran out of money, didn't they?
Yeah, they had none of the money. It was terrible. So.
Is this coming up soon, or is this like years in the future?
I don't know exact dates, but I know they've gotten a few swimmers. Steroids are great in the swimming community.
So it's not just track.
It's everything. Like
it's
probably
Olympics,
it's probably like cycling, swimming, and running, like the big three of steroids.
Okay. The big three. It sounds electric though.
So interesting that.
Yeah.
I think he might be the highest profile track star to sign on.
It does beg the question, though, are watching secondary athletes that are enhanced, is that more entertaining than just watching the top?
Yeah, right. Like, if they're running what pros are running, like, those are the only athletes they're getting, and they're running what pros are running just on steroids, like, that's not very entertaining.
See, we need washed-up professional track athletes.
Yeah.
At the end of their career,
Yes.
taking steroids, competing in these games.
Yes.
Right.
Some big
what would
names,
make it very
running times they ran 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we need Matt Centro.
Correct.
To do
Well,
exactly
and we
that.
kind of got a hint of that in the 2010s sprinting world. I mean, we all watched Justin Gatlin run the 100, and that was probably what this would be.
Yes.
Old man on steroids. So.
Good point.
He was never tested positive, to be fair, I don't think. Did he?
I think he did.
Did he?
I could
Okay.
be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure he did.
Almost positive he did steroids.
We have no idea.
All right. Okay, so that's this week of running. Now for some opinions. Let's go through our hot takes.
Since all the viewers know what my hot
Yeah.
take is, I don't think that 300-meter indoor track should exist. What's the point? Confuses everyone. It's fun for what, a 3K?
Yeah.
Just 10 laps of a 3K?
Or 1,500,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, who wants to run an indoor 15?
No one wants to run a 1,500 regardless.
I was going to say that.
That's not true at all. That's the only good outdoor track and field event.
Ever heard of the mile?
Yeah, but people run that indoors in NCAA. That's
Yeah.
my only frame of reference.
It
Yeah.
feels like we need to table that for a future question.
Yeah,
because
okay.
That could
So-
be a good discussion.
We're
I'm
gonna
pretty
put
sure
a
I
pin in
have
that.
that
Oh, really?
as a question of the week. One of the questions of the week, 1,500 versus mile. But
1,500.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Wrong.
Save it for the week that the question comes up.
we
Okay.
live in America.
Anyhow. Continue.
Anyhow, yeah.
Wait, so now, what, do I go through my other
No,
opinions?
you can just go through your hot take. We'll do it like one at a time.
That was my hot take. The end.
Yep.
Excellent. My hot take, I went a little different. I did not go sports or running. This is something that I've kind of been cooking up for a while, but it was bothering me yesterday. If I'm not going to a concert, I don't want live music at my venue. If I'm going to a restaurant or a bar and there's live music there, I don't want it. I feel like everyone loves having these like little singers at the bar or at the restaurant. I can't hear anything when they're playing music. I don't want that.
That's a good point.
Like,
That's a good point.
I show up on like a Saturday night and I see 7 o'clock live music at this restaurant. I don't want to go there anymore.
Yep.
I just want to be there listening to the normal stuff and like talking to my friends. And if people start playing music, I can't hear anything anymore.
Honestly, that's a great take, and I back that up because most people who are doing live music at restaurants and bars suck.
Exactly.
There's one exception. My stepdad does live music.
Exception.
And he does
Excellent.
great.
And I would go
Eagles,
listen to him.
Excellent.
ELO, all that stuff. He does great. And the other thing that I'll back you up on is that sometimes there's massive sporting events.
Yes.
And then it's like there's live music at like like what you would typically consider a sports bar. You can't hear anything now.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well now it's just not as fun. And yeah, as someone who does not have the best ears,
No. It's not my thing.
live music can really mess with being able to hear literally anything else.
And I sound like an old head for saying that, but it is something that I don't like. And a lot of people love it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. So mine is kind of related to running, and I've posted it quite a few times. Is that winter hats, other than a select few scenarios, are useless.
I absolutely hate this take.
So here's the thing. If you're bald, I get it. You probably need a winter hat.
Correct.
Yeah, I get that. If you have any amount of hair on your head that is more than a buzz cut and it's above 0 degree wind chill, you don't need a winter hat. You don't.
Except the hats I wear are not for my head, they're for my ears.
Same.
My ears, if I run and it's 35 degrees, my ears hurt. I got real cold ears all the time.
Okay.
If the pain of your ears is that bad, I think you might just be soft.
Well, we knew that part already.
35 degrees, you might be soft.
Yeah.
But I like to wear a winter hat when it was like, we ran Saturday when it was like 10 and windy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed having a hat on for that.
But your ears weren't cold?
They were like a little bit to begin with, but honestly, if I wear a winter hat, doesn't matter how cold it is, I'm sweating.
I do get that.
Then I don't know what it is, but they're like scratchy or like itchy.
Mm.
Like it's like it gets annoying.
And then you got to carry it.
Yeah, because I feel like they're always like tight, and that's why it's scratchy or itchy. So and then I have to carry it, and so I don't.
You're
I don't
folding
see the
too quickly.
utility.
No, I
It's
get
a
what he's
utility.
saying because I hate carrying my hat. Like, I'll
Yeah.
carry my gloves or, like, stuff them in a
Yeah.
pocket. But if my head gets hot, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a loser when it comes to cold ears. I can't take it. They hurt.
Yeah. But that's why it's a hot take. Because again, most people will not agree with me.
It is a hot take.
Yeah.
That was really cute what you guys just did
You
there.
were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I feel really
That's
out of the
what we
loop
can
right
do
now.
is
We're
every
gonna
time we
we're
say
gonna cross
that-
off the word best right here.
What?
Now, here's the thing.
It's just gonna say person ever on it.
Every time we say that's a hot take, we take
That's
a sip.
okay. That's a new part. That's a hot take.
How are we doing on battery? Does it say on there? Can you get up nice and close for us?
It's blinking red. Is that a good thing?
That is a good thing, yes.
I think it says 42 minutes remaining.
Oh,
12%.
12% battery? That's okay. We have 42 minutes left on the SD card of
Okay.
memory.
I think we'll make it.
We better.
How much is 12%?
5 minutes.
All right. Okay.
So I have another battery and we can plug it in. I'm just saying we're just gonna need to take an intermission to
Yeah,
change
there
that
might
out.
be an intermission.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll stop blinking if it dies, right?
Yeah, this will let us know.
Okay.
All right. So performance of the week. I'll get us started this time. It's my truck's anti-lock brake system.
All right.
So, as many of you know, the Midwest was hit with some cold this week, and the worst thing is when it snows, warms up a little, snow melts, and then it gets really cold, and it all freezes. It took probably 25 feet to go to a complete stop from like 6 miles an hour, and the guy in front of me actually had to swerve to not hit the guy in front of him.
Damn.
And but thankfully the anti-lock brake system did its job, and because of that I didn't rear end anybody.
That is
sweet.
always good.
Yeah. So performance of the week.
It's
Shout
called
out Ram
performance.
Trucks.
We love that.
Yeah. All right.
I told you guys prior to starting this would be a pander pick. Jake called it early on.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So we had to take a bit of an intermission. The battery's about as fit as we are. So
Not very.
Wow.
yeah, we're coming back, and Ty's performance of the week is up next.
Okay, my performance of the week. I kind of mentioned this to the guys prior to. This is kind of a pander pick for week one. My performance of the week is Jake and his vehicle. Eric and I met at the high school to run on Saturday, and we always do the same kind of loop in the park. Jake saw Eric's vehicle in the parking lot and knew we'd be in the park, and so he drove to the park and did loops until he saw us running. So he kind of crushed that, and then he drove with us while we ran the entire loop,
I did do that.
while we listened to Zoo by Shakira. Great song. So
Very good song.
excellent job, Jake. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right. Jake, your performance of the week.
My performance of the week is my reusable bag from Good and Gather from Target that I got in San Jose, California, while doing some shopping for Metallica concert, as one does. And in California, if you want to use a plastic bag, it's like 10 cents, so why not just
I was
buy
gonna say
the
they kill
brand
you.
new
Yeah,
one?
literally.
But I
Federal
bought
crime.
$42 worth of groceries at Pick and Save and fit it all in that one single reusable bag. And it wasn't like it was expensive things, it was a bunch of little things, and I was very impressed.
$32
impressive.
worth.
$42
Wow.
worth of items at Pick and Save in one singular Good and Gather reusable bag.
Wow.
In college,
Quite
when
the
I would
performance.
grocery shop, I used to stuff everything in my backpack, and I would bike home with holding on to the gallon of milk and my handlebar.
That's terrifying.
And then like a car would pull out in front of you, and you'd go like this, and you'd like half fall off.
You never dropped a gallon of milk one time?
No, thankfully.
That's a
Thankfully.
performance of the college career.
Yeah, that's gonna be my performance of the week next week.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. This might be our favorite part.
See if this actually works.
This is time for our song of the week. This is going to be good. We're going to create a playlist on Spotify of the songs of the week.
This is gonna have the most random
This is going to be
tunes
an
on it.
awesome
Yeah.
playlist.
I'm very excited.
Whenever you driving somewhere, need some music, going on a road trip maybe you're going for a run on the treadmill or outside and you have headphones, this is the playlist for you, I think. Song of the week.
Song of the week, Billy Idol's version of Love Don't Live Here Anymore, which is a cover by a group called Rolls Royce, not to be confused with Rolls Royce, makers of the commercial jet engines that
Yes.
took you and Bella to your honeymoon in the Bahamas.
Correct.
Not to be confused with them. But a little fun 1980s rock and roll trivia about that song. Billy Idol and his songwriting partner / guitarist, Steve Stevens, were working on that song. We're going to cover it and put it on Billy Idol's Rebel Yell album. But somebody in the studio was like, oh, hey, Madonna's actually covering that. It's going to put that on her Like a Virgin record, which came out in 1984. And so they're like, okay, well, we can't really compete with Madonna. So they shelved it. But 40 years later, 2024, when the 40th anniversary edition of Rebel Yell came out, it was on the album because they shelved it and then just kept the recording.
All right, so we had another intermission. Apparently there's a secret word that makes this whole thing turn off. So we can't use that word anymore. Can't tell you what it is because it'll turn off. Jake, back to you.
I said the forbidden word, and I'm having a difficult time picking up where we left off. Something along the lines of Billy Idol and Steve Stevens kept the forbidden word shelved all this time and then put it on the record 40 years later in 2024. And so I got to hear them play that live this summer because now they are playing it live with their group. Anyways, that's that. Ty had something to say after this.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was supposed to say. No, I'm not quite as connected to my song as Jake is. I picked Heroes by David Bowie. It's a song I've heard sparingly this week, but it was in the end credits of Stranger Things 5. And I keep watching the credits on Twitter and then just closing it because I'm just going to start crying because it's just like depressing.
I did cry for approximately 40 minutes of the final.
I did. But great song. Worked well in the finale. Loved it. That's my song of the week.
All right, my song of the week, St. Elmo's Fire by John Parr.
Exceptional choice.
Very good.
Thank you. I don't have any trivia. I don't believe John Parr is related to the family from The Incredibles, and no relation to Sesame Street. So, yeah, I don't have any trivia. It's just a great song. It's on my 80s. I think it's my 80s motivation playlist, maybe? I don't know.
Did Heroes come out in the 80s?
I have no idea.
That is a good question.
It was
They're
used-
pretty good about only using 80s songs.
They are. And it was used 3 times throughout the show. Twice by whoever also made the song, and then once by David Bowie.
Okay, so
I don't know who else did it, but they used it 2 other times.
So we all three had an 80s song this week.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Unintentional.
Yeah. All right. Final segment for this, or no, second fun to the last segment.
Mm-hmm.
Random question of the week. So this week is going to be running related. We're going to be talking about U.S. cross country versus European cross country. So, to give the audience some context, there's a big difference between standard American cross country and European cross country. Here in the U.S., we like to think of just like parks, golf courses, soccer fields, whatever. Those are our cross country courses. In Europe, it's much more about I feel like they take the sport more literally, cross country, and they will run anywhere. And they want more obstacles. They want mud pits that are 50 meters long. Gotta use meters because European.
We like metric now.
All right.
That's awkward.
Table that.
That's awkward.
They like hay bales as obstacles. Sometimes they have to literally cross creeks, rivers, whatever. So it's very different. They're all about placing. I don't even know how accurate they are with distances. I don't think distance is really that important. They're this is probably 10K. Where in the US I feel like it's every coach there at a meet is measuring the tangent, going, is this 100 meters short? Because if it is, we're going to kidnap the race director and never let him do this again. So I'd like to hear your guys' takes on U.S. versus European cross. I'm of the opinion that the worse shape that the cross-country course is, the better the competition. So I'm in favor of European cross-country.
I like that you picked that because I'm actually the exact opposite. I always hated running in the mud and over a lot of crap. And when I think of cross country, I think of pristine golf courses. I think of running fast. And if I'm going to watch a race, I want to see fast times. I want to see fast splits. I don't want to watch people like dig around in the mud. It's entertaining. I get that. But I like my favorite kind of races are like nice weather, nice course, wicked fast times.
Did we say Ty was soft on this episode?
Yeah, we did.
Once or
So
twice.
Ty's soft again.
All right.
We'll get used to that.
Yeah. I can see where both of you two are coming from because I would rather compete in mud, jumping over hay bales, all the fun stuff for cross country because time is irrelevant in cross country.
Yeah.
Like, who really cares?
Right.
But at the same time, have always been of the mindset of time and distance matter
Mhm.
because I grew up running cross country in America. So I can kind of see where you're coming from, where it's like, well, yeah, of course I want to run fast because everybody's so fixated on time, but I'm all for the European cross country, and I think we should adopt that here. It's what they do for the World Cross Country course.
Yeah.
I mean, they make their own obstacles, like it's like a water skiing.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah. If you haven't yet, the most recent World Cross Country Championships should be on World Athletics YouTube, and it was a great event.
Quite entertaining.
I like that they paid homage to. They had like wooden gators
Yeah.
as obstacles. It was in Florida.
That's awesome.
They call it Gator Gulch or something. Alligator Alley, I think is what it was called.
I like that.
I believe it was at the FSU course. Like, I believe they updated the FSU course.
Did they?
I think that's what it was. If that's the case, if we're on the FSU course, it's a really nice course. And so the fact that they like tore it up to make like a mud pit kind of saddens me, but it was a super nice course. Probably like the best course one of the best courses I ran on in college.
Was the beach there with the Red Bull?
No,
DJ?
there was no beach.
Oh, it's a shame.
They had a beach on this course?
Yeah, they added sand, so they wanted it to be Florida. So they had like literally like a swampy, like muddy area. They had the beach sandy area. They had a manufactured hill. They had the wooden like gators. Yeah,
Wow.
like it was. Yeah, and so my biggest thing, I get what you're saying too about running there. For me, I think part of it is, especially when I'm thinking about like pro cross country, when I think of like the World Cross Country Championships, I think the obstacles make it great because you're used to seeing these guys, especially like on the guys' side, like they're, any race they're in, they're running 60, 62 second quarters every single race, unless they're running shorter races. And to see them run something where like they're jumping over stuff and they're not steeplers like that, I think that's awesome.
Well, from an audience perspective, I understand what you guys are saying. I think I am too influenced by my previous like running experiences because I like distinctly remember times showing up to meets where it was raining or muddy and being like, why am I here?
Yeah.
I'm not going to run fast, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because our place doesn't matter in this race in September, so why am I like present right now?
Right.
But in terms of being in the audience, I do see what you're saying.
Yeah. I also think that's a big distinction is having a bigger regular season where like, play, especially like for like if you're not winning every race, beginning of September for high school cross country, who cares?
Right.
So, I mean, even if you are winning, who really cares unless it's the state meet, NXR, whatever. So it's like, I get what you're saying when you have a longer season, whereas like World Cross Country, when they're running one qualifying race and one championship race, that's very different from if you were running weekly, that would be completely different. So, that was pretty good.
I like that.
Good,
Nice.
good discussion.
Good conversation.
Yeah. All right, final segment, not running related. It's our monthly segment, the financial tip of the month. So Ty's going to give this one to you.
Yeah, I'm just going to be in the audience for this. I'm not a finance guy.
Yeah.
Confirmed, not a money guy.
Do you know what the financial tip of the? Do you know what we're going to be talking about?
I know the acronym of what you guys are going to be talking about.
Do you know what it stands for?
Is it an HYSA?
Yes.
I could not tell you any of those four letters.
Okay.
What they mean.
Okay. Well, I guess we're giving this tip to Ty then.
Okay.
I would love that.
Okay.
Tremendously.
So we're talking about HYSAs, otherwise known as.
High yield savings account.
Never
Nice.
pulled that out of
Okay.
anything. Absolutely not.
Okay. So do you know what most savings accounts credit you in interest percentage wise? Like when you think about like oh yeah,
Like your banks.
Yeah.
check
Like do
their
you get like
savings
4%, 5%? Most of them are like what 0.5% per
Mostly
year.
not
It's
even,
like
yeah.
0.05 or
Yeah.
something like
So
that.
you're making nothing.
Yeah. So if
Exactly.
you have like $100 in a year, you might get 50 cents.
Not a lot.
No, not a lot. Not a lot.
That's a high yield bank savings account.
Okay.
Too. Like mine is like 0.01.
That's very low.
Yeah. But high yield savings account, on the other hand, which for the most part are very accessible. It's not like they're a brokerage account where you have to sell stocks to take the money out.
Mhm.
It's just sitting in an actual savings account.
Mhm.
So, and like a lot of them you can transfer money like 10 plus times a month. But the difference is the interest rates are much more tied to the bond market. So they're much higher rates. They're much closer to the bonds. So for example, when you think of like right now, a lot of high yield savings rates are around 3%
Okay.
compared to 0.05 to 0.5%.
Which is good for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, $100, you're getting $3 a year versus like 50 cents. You're getting 6 times as much money. Now the difference is when you go in the long run, you're compounding that. So now you have $103 at the end of 1 year compared to $100.50.
It goes over and over.
Now 3% of $103 is even greater of a difference compared to 0.5% of $100.50.
And you might be getting to this, or maybe you said it and I didn't understand it. Why doesn't everybody do that?
Because they don't know about it.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
a.
that's why we're giving this financial.
Okay,
tip.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not as well advertised as
Yeah.
your typical checking and savings accounts are. For
Yeah.
the
Okay,
bank.
I didn't know if there was like also negative that you had to like put into play there, but
No
just
risk.
like a,
There is no risk.
Okay.
FDIC insured.
Yeah, it's not like you're investing in something where it can go lower.
Okay.
I mean, it's very good for short-term savings. Like
Yes.
like I wouldn't put like your entire life savings or like
Right.
a retirement
Mhm.
type of
Yeah.
contribution towards that, but very helpful tool to have.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, think about it. If you have an emergency fund, as like a 30-year-old, you have 3 to 6 months of expenses, which nowadays it wouldn't be, if you have 3 months, it wouldn't be crazy to say you have 12 to 15,000 easily in an emergency fund. If you have 12 to 15,000 and you do not touch that money because it's an emergency fund. I mean, every year, and it's going to get bigger. I mean, even at 3%, past couple years have been as high as 4.5%, but 3%, I mean, you're talking, what is that, $450 a year for.
Which is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
And you're keeping up, mostly keeping up with inflation, saying
Yeah.
you might need your emergency fund in 3 years after the
Right.
fact.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But $450 a year, and then if you're talking 15 grand, but if you're at 0.5%, it's nothing. I mean, it would be like $75, I think.
Okay.
150.
Yeah.
In 1 year, that's $375 that you have. And you think about the economy today, how many people that are 30 years old that wouldn't want $375 a year?
Gladly take that
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
Nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Mhm.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I feel like I learned something.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
So, I think that's the financial tip of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the pilot episode. Pilot. Jet
Yeah.
running pilot.
I think that went well.
And we didn't crash,
Yeah.
except for a couple
So,
times.
if
Actually.
you have actually listened this far in, we are super thankful and we hope you watch the next episode.
We'll be back next week.
The end.
The end.